Hello YouTube, Jeff Bosco here. I just want to make a quick video demonstrating my latest virtual drum kit that I built for the Logic Pro sampler. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. Finally got it up and running. I've been promising it for a while. My keyboard's all dusty. Yeah, so I kind of got obsessed with going for the Billy Cobham tom-tom sound, the Mahavishnu and all the Ken Scott era of records. It's not a direct one-to-one kind of copy. I'm not a huge fan of his snare sound. I never have been, but the tom-toms are just something about them. But I think I got pretty close. So this kit is it's inspired by that, and because there's a lot of drum sounds that draw its DNA from that Ken Scott era 70s jazz fusion. You hear this kind of sound on with Genesis. There's clearly a lot of inspiration, starting with like as far back as Foxtrot. The drum sound on there is clearly inspired by Billy Cobham. It's not just for fusion sounds. This can work well with a lot of progressive rock kind of sounds. So that's kind of what I made it for, because everybody's always going for like this, as far as especially the 70s. It's always the dead sounds, and it's like everybody's doing that. Big deal. Nobody's going for these kind of sounds. I looked it up, and Nolly had a fusion kit, but I wasn't really all that impressed with. Sample Tank put out a Billy Cobham sample pack. I can't find it anywhere. There's still some promo material left on YouTube, but that's about it. But anyway, yeah. So let's just start going through some of the drums. There's the kick. Whoop. I believe I have three velocity layers. Let's go in. Yeah. So C, B, and A. A is the loudest, going down to C. I have that one. That's a dead kick sound. That's a dead kick sound for me. I like really open kick sounds, but that's not really the style or 70s jazz fusion. But I did I put the open drums, the open kick sound in there too. Okay, so those are the kicks. That's the snare. There's 4 velocity layers here. I don't know why. I put the rim shot on the regular snare as the highest velocity layer. So yeah, as you can see there's 4 velocity layers, but I also have just a plain rim shot there. Because a lot of times in Logic Pro, the session drummer will choose the rim shot a lot of the times. But I also like having the rim shot on the regular snare, just if you're hitting it really hard. Let's start with the highest tom. That is actually the 10-inch tom on my Sonor Birch Infinite kit, tuned up to whatever. I don't know what the two on here is measuring, but it's 2 of them. The toms only have 2 velocity layers. For tom-toms, two velocity layers is plenty. There's the 10-inch tom, the 12-inch tom. This 14-inch tom is from the Sonor Arena. That came in between the Force 307 and the Select Force. It was kind of a special edition. So yeah, I'm using that one. And as you can see, it still has a warmer tone to it, but it doesn't. It's not incredibly different sounding, even though those are the lower end Sonor. Yeah, because that was maple, and the rest of these are birch, obviously. That's a 16-inch floor tom. So I have snare click, rim click. Okay, so yeah, I'll just explain why I have open hi-hat there. On the so when I was putting this kit together, I followed Music Tech Help Guy's tutorial, and the way he had the setup for the hi-hat, so they, each one chokes the other one. Which works well for the foot hi-hat and the closed hi-hat. But see, if you want something where you're riding the open hi-hat, you're going to have to program that in separately, because, that's just the way he programmed this, and I don't understand the sampler enough to figure out a better way to do it. So I put an open hi-hat there just so you can do that if you need to, because just so you could have that there, so it doesn't sound like you're cutting it every note off, which that wouldn't sound like that on a regular kit. What else? So there's a 16-inch crash. The ride edge. There's a ride bell. That's a K Custom dry ride. I forget exactly. That's a Sabian. Some kind of it's a pro level Sabian crash, AAX maybe. That's a 18-inch Paragon. That was the Neil Peart line from Sabian. That's a Wuhan. I think that's an 18-inch Wuhan. Yeah, so that's everything. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. I have the I put the download links in the description for this kit. So there's one file that the reader there's one file. It's an EXX file. So there's one file, the EXS file. It's Fusion Kit New, and that's what you're going to load into the sampler. And in a separate folder is all the samples. So hopefully you download that, put it on your computer, and something happens where the sampler will ask you to find the folder with the samplers, or maybe it'll just find it automatically. I don't know how that's going to work. I was testing stuff, and I moved my sampler folder somewhere else and loaded Logic Pro, and it came right up, and it didn't change anything. It didn't ask me to find them, so I don't understand how that works. If somebody can try it and see if it works, comment down below. But yeah, that's about it. If you like this video and you want me to have try and go for other different sounds and build kits from them, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribing would help so very much, so please. Yeah, just so I know that I can keep doing this, and hopefully keep getting good drum sounds for you, good people. All right.